Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Arknights reaction. Today we have Magic Theorem. This one's a little bit different because it didn't really win any votes from the last video in the comments or anything, but I have seen it requested over the course of like this past year or maybe even two at this point, and I don't think I ever gave it its own standalone video because I might have heard it on one of the live streams at some point. I'm fairly certain I did hear it, but also I have the memory of a cucumber salad sandwich, so I doubt I remember any of it, and I figured it's been long enough now, it's actually worth giving its own standalone video, so I guess that's what we'll be doing today. I know this one is done by Gubman, but that's about the only information I have, so without further ado, let's go!
Sun fades out of sight, constellations come to life. The serotonin keeps us floating, we contemplate our life.
Have I heard this? That's just what I mean. I don't remember if I have. At very least, it's way different from the stuff I've been hearing recently. Caught my attention immediately.
I've got a theory, you're there with me, transcending data files.
Oh, that minor change in there.
Take a picture, don't forget her, let it linger in your view. The formula for finding magic, one plus
That's a fun mix, too. Very wide. Big use of that stereo room.
A theorem of a fantasy.
That was fun. Yeah, really using that stereo room with all the sounds in this song.
If patterns
Very playful.
prove us right, more than particles and light, it's simple science for
Vibing over here with the bluesy trumpet.
that keeps me up at night. Take a picture, don't forget her.
I think I do remember this chorus very vaguely. It just sounds familiar. The melody feels familiar. So I probably have heard it.
Falling for a simple dream, the theorem of a fantasy. Live fully.
It's just chill as hell.
A gift to me, I'm here for you. Like a smile at a party, I swoon. Measure time by the moon. Is it over too soon? Take a picture, don't forget her. Let it linger in your view. The formula for finding magic, 1 + 1, just me and you.
Man.
Take a
Ooh.
picture, don't
One more time. All these layers are just like floating between each other so beautifully. And the singer's voice is perfect for this entire vibe.
falling for a simple dream.
Her tone is
A
perfect.
theorem of a fantasy. La 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 la. La 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 la.
That's the first time in a while I think I've heard a legitimately cute song out of Arknights. We've had a lot more serious stuff recently. So this song is interesting for a few different reasons, and I'm gonna start with just the vocalist in this song. Beautiful, beautiful choice. I haven't heard any of her individual music, but Sarah Kang is the vocalist here, and I think her voice fits perfectly here. She's got this R&B wispiness that just feels really nice in this song, and her voice is very well supported by all the instruments in here. It feels just so floaty and upbeat and just kind of relaxing, like you're floating through a dream. And I want to kind of get into my theories about this song as well, because the name Magic Theorem kind of throws me into a thought process that's kind of a hypothetical. And the name Magic Theorem is kind of interesting to me specifically for the use of theorem, because theorem is a very specific word to use in my opinion. It's one of those words that has a very direct meaning. It's not a theory, it's not a hypothesis, it's a theorem. And a theorem is something that's proven out of the logic of how many times can it be done in a row, basically, and therefore must be true. It's not necessarily a fact, it's just something that is repeatable, something that has been proven to be usable as the answer to something just by the sake that it is so repeatable. It's a very specific word, especially in this context with the lyrics and everything in here. It makes me feel like the character of Dorothy in this case is maybe somebody who's caught up on the past, and a maybe toxic cycle of repeated experiences in her past is holding her to some sort of idealistic look on the world. And I don't know what the thing in her past may have been. The song very floaty and flighty means it must be something positive, I would assume at least, but I'm not sure what exactly the source would be. But she seems to be looking back on life as like a, well, this is how things should work. This is my theorem on happiness. This is how I believe things should be because of my own perceived experiences, therefore must be true. And that's where the theorem thing rolls back into itself. And in here, it just feels like it may be disconnected in a way, like it's too dreamlike. The music around it is a little too pixie, like manic pixie dream girl almost. It's a little too positive, floaty, and happy for it to really feel like it's real. And I feel like that dreamlike quality was definitely intended by Adam for sure, because he loves to do that sort of thing with his themes. He loves to keep them kind of metaphorical, and I love that about it. But it does make me wonder what that may be. What experience in her life, maybe as a child, maybe as an adult, I'm not sure how old she is, how long she's been around, what she's lived through, what she's seen and done, how she may have been tilted or askewed from the moral compass that maybe we would prefer her to have. You know, like there's so many options here, but usually in games that I cover on this channel and things I review, it ends up being, if it's cute and happy, that means that trauma happened. And I have a feeling that may be the case here. Maybe she's kooky crazy. I have a feeling that may be the case, because that's the case with a lot of characters in these games. Arknights is no exception. But it's lyrics like in the obvious hook of take a picture, don't forget her. It makes me wonder who the her is. Is that somebody from her past that she's maybe looking upon fondly as an example of who she would like to be, or maybe the reasoning for doing what she's doing right now, whether or not that's morally correct? Or is it the don't forget her, as in the who she was before whatever trauma happened, and maybe she's trying to hold on to that last little bit of happiness, and maybe that's where this dreamlike quality is coming in. There are so many things in here that just feel so beautified that it's really making me raise an eyebrow to be like, I don't think that she's actually happy. Because again, that's just a thing that a lot of composers do in these games. If it's cute, it must be really dark and depressing. If it's really dark and depressing, odds are they're for some reason very happy, but they let their anger out in that way. There's a bunch of character traits that kind of bounce around, and there's definitely no like one answer to that. There's plenty of depth to all these characters, but that seems to be a pretty common direction to go, is if their theme is cute, then their past isn't. And one of the qualities of this song song that's making me get that dreamlike, almost maybe there's a dark imagery to this, is that do-do-do-do-do motif we get multiple times throughout this song. And it almost feels like World of Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory to me. That motif and just the way that it scales is very similar to that. And as we know, for anybody who's seen Willy Wonka or read the book or any of the versions of Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, we know the ending, and we know that things aren't always as they seem in that. And that's what I love about the song World of Pure Imagination. It is a beautiful song that kind of encompasses that exact feeling. The fact that you are in a world that doesn't necessarily tell you all the truths. You have to kind of dig the information out, and all of that's hidden under this beautified, really upbeat, dreamlike quality of music. And the lyrics definitely hide some little nuggets of information in there, and it really does feel similar to this one. So I wonder if that was an inspiration specifically. But I actually don't remember if I even talked to Adam about this when I've talked to him in the past. I don't remember if we ever brought up this song or dug into it. Part of me wants to say that I didn't talk about this one because I hadn't heard it yet, and even if I did listen to it in a concert later, it was definitely after that interview, so I don't think I ever got an answer there. But I wonder if that was an inspiration for this song, or if there was another sort of song sound that he was going for. It just sounds very much like that. Like in some way I feel like that had to be even a subconscious inspiration for this, just due to how similar some of those motif patterns are. But maybe that's just Adam, and it's great minds think alike when it comes to composition, and they go for very similar things there. But beautiful all around. But I think I've yapped enough, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you want to let me know how close or how far away I was about some of the points in here, by all means leave a comment down below. And if you have another song you want me to get to from Arknights, of course leave that in a comment as well, and I will do my best to get to it as always. And of course, if you just enjoyed this video and you want to follow me and support me for other videos in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!